Greetings, everyone. You have joined us for Into the Mist, the Dice Dreary after party, where we're actually going to be talking about two episodes today. It's Bring On Sprocket. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, I am absolutely fantastic.
It is a lovely night. We are.
A little
We are.
rainy.
What's that?
A little rainy.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, but look at this lovely view out into the fog from the balcony of Castle Ravenloft. Um, a lot of people don't know that we have finished recording season two, even though it hasn't been aired yet. And just suffice it to say that by the end of season two, we're buddies with Strahd. We're on his side now, and he lets us use his balcony. Oh, that was spoilers. Sorry.
Whoops. Yeah, I really could use a walk down in the forest, though.
Right. Oh.
Good apples this time of year.
Hey, Jen, thank you. Thanks so much for the subscription. I keep meaning to put my subscription alert on this, and I keep forgetting, which is dumb. Very dumb. But we're actually going to be talking about the last two episodes today. Episode 5, A Watch Pot Never Boils. And Episode 6, Ghost Toast. I'm a little disappointed that Jeff didn't put the ghost host with the most.
Oh, host. I thought you said ghost toast.
That's next episode. We haven't reached the we haven't reached the ghost toast yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Demand more fanfare.
Yay. And there was much rejoicing.
Yay.
And they were forced to eat Jen's minstrels.
Oh, all right. So
Do I sound bad, Jen? It could just be my tone of voice. I'm having kind of a day. Or an evening. Echo,
no,
huh?
now I'm kind of wondering what echoing. Okay, hold on. Say something.
Something. Can't be echoing on my end because I don't have anything that would do such a. Come to think of it, your green screen's a little funky too.
Thanks. Thanks for pointing
Hey,
it out.
no problem.
Okay, so if I do headphones, does that fix it? Talk.
Okay. Man, you put me on the spot. I don't know what to say. There once was a man from Nantucket.
Yeah, and I was trying something different with the green screen. I was hoping no one would notice. I appreciate you just
Oh, notice what?
go ahead and point that out. I will.
I don't see anything.
Try to do that makes me partially invisible.
That's awesome because your left eye looks like it's shooting laser beams or something. Oh, now, like both of them are. You have like the universe in your eyes.
This is the best episode. This is.
That's what happened to Crethin right before, he came back.
All right, let's get a little bit more light and see if that helps. I literally just changed everything about the green screen earlier today, and I should not have done that.
Oh, wait, you just had it.
Are you just making up stuff?
No, it deleted you from the picture too.
Oh, nice. I'm here for this list of fears and weaknesses. Okay, all right. Well, I'll wear headphones. All right. So both of these episodes. Welcome, Jeff. That's. Well, now we can't talk about Jeff. All right, we'll think of something. Both of these episodes, we started Watch Part Never Boils Were we already in Argynvost?
Yes.
Okay.
We left off the previous episode. We just saw the shadow dragon thingy fly.
Oh yes. Okay. So we have had we met the dragon. We met another person who very conveniently is there to make us trust him so that he can stab us in the back later. Spoilers. And
I don't remember that.
what is that dude's name? The dusk elf that we found there.
Savid.
Savid, yes.
Something like that.
So he has joined us for our adventuring. We wandered around a bit. We took the long way around to avoid a little rattling in the kitchen.
I was going to say we took the long way around to avoid any progress.
that was the whole 2 episodes. And we ended up finding the rattle in the pot, and that was Strahd, and we freed him, and now he's free to wreak havoc on the land.
But he let us use his balcony.
Exactly. Yes. So fair trade, havoc on the land, but we get to do our show from up here, overlooking the village of Barovia right behind us, through the mist, but it's there. And
I'm thinking you should have your wedding up here.
Don't give away all of the spoilers.
Oh, yeah, I shouldn't do that.
Just as that is his favorite jump scare. Yeah, that was actually fun. I enjoyed. And it's hilarious doing these 2 episodes together, because when we were on the first floor, I was like, no, let's carefully look around here and go from this place to this place and avoid that room and come at an angle. And you were like, no, let's just go straight there. And then when we got to the second floor, I was the one going, let's skip all of this stuff and go to the important room. And you're like, no, we got to look in this room too.
No. See, the problem was, let's go to the important room over here. Ooh, something shiny. Now the important room's over this way. We'll ignore where we were going.
Yes, but did we have any idea where we were going in the first place?
Initially, we were trying to find Arabelle.
Yes.
And then we saw the dude in the window. And then suddenly Crethin's like, oh, let's go see the dude in the window. Forget the little girl.
To be fair, the little girl was not our mission. That was just...
No, but
we just told Savid that we were going to do that so that he would join us. I am joking.
Oh, I didn't realize it was... I assumed that we agreed with Savid so we'd do it. Because we do everything we agree to.
Yeah, so we have not found the girl at this point. And we never will. Crethin did definitely have a he was and I think he will remain so. He Jeff is going to tell Savid. He's definitely got like a fixation on talking to the dragon. And so that's that's really kind of been his strategy, is room to room. Is there a fireplace in here? No? But yeah, what else we need to talk about with these 2 episodes?
Savid was a good character. I liked his introduction.
Yep. Yeah, and actually that whole scene was a lot of fun. Meeting him and finding why.
Crethin does the cure wounds thing. So Sprocket does the, oh, I can play too. Mending.
Right.
Let me fix your clothes. And I believe Mending will also clean garments, but I'm not positive.
That's nice. That's handy.
I know there is a cantrip that'll do it. It might be prestidigitation.
Yeah, I know prestidigitation will.
Prestidigitation does everything.
Well, that's because it's so hard to cast because you can't pronounce it.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
That's really why Esmeralda was so powerful. Because she could truncate spells.
Oh, that's funny. One of my favorite scenes, actually, one of my favorite scenes in the entire campaign thus far, is the first time we meet the fire smoke dragon. That if I could roll better than a 5, I would imagine would look like a silver dragon, but I don't know that because every time I try to ask that question, I can't roll with a flip.
Well, maybe your next character should be a ranger.
Right. But yeah, and I actually had a lot of fun composing for that scene too. That's what I spent the most time working on. I had a lot of fun with that, and so yeah, that was cool. And in Argynvostholt, I really like the chapel. I wish I could go more into it, but there are evil things in there, and I don't want to deal with them. That's been kind of my thing throughout the entire dungeon so far. Is I don't want to deal with evil things.
Which is great when you're in a place full of undead.
Yeah, like
vengeance, Death Knight thingies.
Like keeping in mind that people who live in Barovia are saying stay away from that place. I mean, we have we have vampires in every other house, but don't go there. So yeah, it's been there's not a lot we can say about the dungeon yet because we haven't learned that much. We know that ghosts die when we stab them.
Eventually. Well, Sprocket doesn't know because he didn't hit a thing in that fight.
You did hit a thing.
Yeah, well...
You hit a Crethin in that fight.
Let's face it, it was really due.
It is fair, yes. Let's back up and look at some questions.
Question time.
We are chatting way too much in Discord because I've lost where actually the questions are. Like legitimately, I think I've lost it. How far back did we...
It wasn't very far. It was in Table Talk. We had 2 questions. One from some guy named Jeff.
I found it, yes. Yeah, go for it.
Asking about Sprocket and Crethin's weaknesses. Asking for a friend. I wonder.
And Invader Kid 08 actually answered this quite adequately for us. Crethin's weakness is optometrist and ensnaring vines, and Sprocket's weakness is fidget spinners and squirrels.
Are there any squirrels in Barovia? I haven't seen any.
Gosh, have we seen any animals besides the horse and wolves?
Ravens.
Well, yeah, the ravens.
A dog. A falcon.
Well, the falcon came from not Barovia. And the dog is
you didn't specify. Now you're getting all
it's true, but the dog is not an animal. That's clearly a future boss fight that is disguising himself as a dog right now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And Jeff says this, not many, and it's made it very hard to do the sound design. That is for sure.
Now, on this fidget spinner idea, as Sprocket, I'm thinking, if I could make one automated, so you don't actually have to fidget with it, it just spins itself. I could be onto something.
Nice. Oh gosh.
That's exactly what Sprocket would do.
Yep. Yes, it would be. I fixed it for you. You no longer have to fidget with the fidget spinner.
Take something purposely designed for a specific task and completely remove the need for that task.
Hmm. So Jen asked us if our character were to be reincarnated.
Oh, I did have another answer for Jeff.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it.
To interrupt you. I know Sprocket is deathly afraid and actually allergic to magic items of any kind. So if he starts like amassing numbers of magic items, it's going to cause him some problems.
I mentioned this in a previous Into the Mist, very legitimately mentioned it, that after Kretha's death, I started looking into kind of symptoms of PTSD and how like I could incorporate that into the character, and one of the things I decided was that he would have more trouble resisting the lure of alcohol, and then we blew up half of Valaki, and and so then we
That's
go on
fair.
and then we go on our way, and it's like, and then Sprocket like invents like this thing that just makes us beer all day long, and I was like, oh, okay, so now this aspect of Krethen's character really can have actually make its way into the podcast, and then the first thing that happens is Irina hogs it and drinks it all, and then you change them into boots, and and Krethen has not seen a drop of alcohol since, and so I think he's over it by now, but if all of a sudden there was a large supply of beer that might cause Krethen some trouble along the way.
There was the winery we never got to.
Yes. I know. Has do I remember right that Sprocket has been interested in going there? Check it
He's
out.
been interested in everything.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Or completely disinterested in everything. It all depends.
Right.
Now, on the boots thing, mechanically, did we ever explain why that had to happen?
I don't
know
know
if you even know.
I think you did explain it to me at one point, but I think my eyes glossed over like Krethen's would have. And
how could you tell? So, yeah, for those interested, as an artificer, I get a certain number of infusions per day, so I can infuse and basically create temporary magic items. And I just refresh those. So I had made the alchemy jug with one of my infusions, and then after I level up, I saw I could make these boots that would be more useful. So it was either get rid of the alchemy jug or the trench coat, and
oh
that
no,
trench
we
coat's
can't
not
do
going
this.
anywhere.
No, the trench coat's definitely got to stay, and the boots are much more useful. I don't know if there's much fun.
Probably not. Until the alchemy jug starts putting out crap like mayo. Because that's one of the things I think it can generate is mayonnaise.
Can you control that?
Yes.
Okay, it's not like it's party time. I'm gonna go get some beer, slop, and it's mayo.
No, there's like 9 different things it can create.
That's interesting. Mayo.
One of them is honey.
Honey.
Honey could be useful.
I'm telling you, there are so many ways that we could have made money in Velaki. If okay,
Oh,
change
why
of
do you think he invented the jug?
change of plans. Change of plans. Why don't we go make peace with Strahd? Tell him, look, we're not interested in this stuff anymore. If you can, go after Irina. We don't care. And we open up like a sandwich shop in Balaki. Like wolf steak, po' boys with mayonnaise. I don't know. What do they have any vegetables in Barovia? Is it just wolf steaks 24/7?
I'm pretty sure that's it.
And good berries. Good berries. We could
Plenty of
uh
good berries.
honey good berries. You'd sell Irina for sandwiches and beer. But yeah. Wait,
Why not?
is that controversial? Yeah.
Now,
Honey good berries, wolf steak po' boys. I think this is solid. I think and beer. And I think we make money hand over fist.
I wonder if we could convince the DM instead of mayonnaise if it could create butter,
Butter nice. And so it
or even
doesn't.
just even how about just milk? We could make our
Yeah.
own butter or cheese.
Wait, so what are the other things it can make?
Oh, you're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
Alchemy jug 5e. Let me see if I can
Salt
find
water, fresh water, oil. I think a poison or acid.
acid, basic poison, yeah. Beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, fresh water, salt, and wine. And wine. Oh my goodness. We are rich. I'm just
Yeah,
saying. I'm just saying. And if we can talk to what's her name, about getting some of the more addictive elements from the dream pastries or whatever they were. Uh,
I think our best approach there would be to, we'll say, entice the competition to no longer be in business.
we take over the windmill, and that's the new base of operation. We already own it. We have the deed. That's how law works.
Exactly.
So we just clear the place out. This is a great idea. Okay, now let's get to the next question because I think this is actually going to happen. If your character were to be reincarnated as an NPC in some future campaign of Curse of Strahd, where would the new player likely find you? What do you think you would be up to in this new afterlife?
That's an easy one for Sprocket.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, Van Weirg is gone. Someone needs to take over at the Abbey.
Well, see, because original Curse of Strahd, though, and Werg's not there. Abbey's like a weirder place.
Well, in a lesser extent than Blinsky.
Yeah. Huh.
Or even Heinrich. Sprocket has carpentry skills.
Okay, so you're making, yeah, that work. I could see Crethin as like a hunter based out of Valaki, so you'll probably find him at the inn in the evenings. But he's bringing in he's bringing in the wolf steaks during the day.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and I've told Jeff this. If we ever actually do make it back to the village of Barovia, and we see the procession of ghosts, I think we should totally get descriptions of fallen of other of other player characters who have fallen in this campaign and make them part of the procession. And that way we could tell all of them, hey, your character's going to be in this podcast. You got to listen from the start. Go ahead, start now. We'll be back to Barovia soon. Probably
would that procession include Grethen? I mean, Sprocket has seen himself dead enough that it would be good for Grethen.
It would be, yeah. And Grethen has died in this adventure, so.
Except he'd probably get all like broody and mopey. But you might not be able to tell.
Grethen never does that. What are you talking about?
Well, that's true, yeah.
Jeff had a question. That was a good one. What has been your favorite location so far?
Krezk. And I'm not just saying that because it's the one thing completely made up by the Dungeon Master. Except it was the one thing completely made up by the Dungeon Master.
Yeah. That is a really good question because a minor point, but it might be the Vistani camp.
Interesting choice.
I really, really like that. As far as a place that we were at more than an hour.
And according to Jeff, I just gained a point of inspiration for that.
Right. The Crethin, the character, actually spent a lot of time in Vallaki thinking about the Vistani camp. Oh, I really do love that song. I listen to that song a lot. But there's a lot of time, especially after he died in Vallaki, that he was like, we really should have stayed the rest of the day there and just danced, because it was like the last opportunity that we've had to just actually until Krezk, that we had to just relax for half a second. And so I really liked it. I really liked that place. But Krezk had just a lot of cool stuff going for it, specifically after it was cleared out and we were dealing with the werewolves and trying to kind of find stuff and build the place up again. I thought that was a lot of fun. I really like Argynvostholt, but I think in the playing of it we spent too long there.
Yeah.
that should have been a lot shorter. And I think from listening, I seem to remember these sections being a little bit longer. I think Jeff is cutting out a lot of our nonsense.
What nonsense? That doesn't sound like us. Oh. The was it the Blue Water Inn? Is a great setting too. We had a good time there.
Yeah, and coming back there in season 2 was a lot of fun, and it when we left there in season 1, it felt like we had, it felt to me like we had missed out on a lot that the Mardikovs could have contributed to the story and to the atmosphere and stuff. And so coming back and learning their larger place in the plot was very, very cool.
And you finally learned to accept the Ravens.
I don't know, accept is the right word.
No, Ravens are evil.
Still,
Jeff told us specifically out of character, no, Ravens are good.
I know he did.
And you still didn't believe him.
Well, I was about to send Beargurn up to kill him. I think we brought this up before. I can't remember if it was here or if it was in a post-mortem. But like I was talking to Ismark, and was saying, um, okay, all right, Ismark, we're gonna head uh, east, and then I was like, oh, we're really gonna head it west, but you said that there were spies everywhere. And then he immediately turns to the ravens like, ravens are good luck. And I totally thought that he was like, wink, wink, nod, nod. Ravens are good luck. In other words, kill him. And
Oh, see, I just assumed it was your hatred of Ismark that you were just going to be contradictory to anything he said.
I love that dude. That guy's awesome. I mean, Crethin hates him, but I love that guy. uh, what you got against ravens? I'm
Kai, the player, doesn't like beautiful, majestic birds. And he hates Edgar Allan Poe.
indeed. By the way, I'm trying to figure out what to name songs from season 2, and even like second half of season 1, because I everything on the volume 1 soundtrack is a direct quote from The Raven. But I really ran out of stuff that's good for titles. So I've been trying to think of what to do for titles. I'm not sure that anybody noticed, so it might it's kind of a moot point. I should probably just title something.
You should branch out into Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we haven't had to deal with much Lovecraftian stuff. Oh, crap. Is Jeff listening still?
Right. Oh gosh. It's all we need is a mind flare around here.
A Mind Flayer vampire. Yep.
Okay. Do we have any other questions?
Is there currently a vampire in a coffin in your room banging to get out? Because it sounds like it.
Sorry, I'll quit fiddling.
Oh, no, that's fine. Play it up as a vampire thing. Yeah, I'm going to complain about someone else fidgeting.
Right. Jeff understands. Jeff understands how fun it is sometime to to edit a podcast with Raven in it.
I was going to say, that's why Jeff really doesn't like me, is because all the edits he has to do.
What do you think is at some of the locations you haven't visited?
Wine,
there seems to be wine.
scarecrows,
Yeah, there seems to be scarecrows.
um,
So what is
things in amber.
Actually, the mountains might be a good one to address, because this is like the only one of the clues that I am just completely, at this point in the broadcast, I am completely clueless on what any of that is, because we got, oh, it's over there, because we've already found the Esmeralda. I know basically what a sword is, and that's supposed to be at Argobosthold. The holy symbol is with Babala Saga at Breeze, and that's where we understand scarecrows are. And then the final clue was, where we're actually going to find Strahd, and that's on the balcony. But the what was the actual clue? You know what? Let me see if I can snag it here, because there's one in the mountains, and I hold on.
I guess this is my cue to vamp.
You don't have to vamp that much. Um, all right, so this is the tome. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you understand your enemy. And the card we got is the hooded one. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains. And that seems to be possibly the same place as this Amber Temple, which is what we understand to be the location of those princes in amber. Um, that I call them that specifically for the Zelazny reference. Um, the princes in amber that gave Crethin back his life, quasi life.
Actually, Sprocket did that.
That's true. Yes.
Keeps trying to give them credit.
But what in the world? Okay, a tome. So it's probably a book. Knowledge of the ancient will help you understand your enemy. I don't think we have any idea what that is. Um,
Not a clue.
we've been told that the mountains are a place of great evil, and once again, these are Perovians saying, "Oh, don't go there." Hold on. There's a vampire next door, but don't go over there. Um, and it's so have no idea what that is.
To be
Don't.
fair, that might not mean much coming from Barovians because they don't seem to do anything anyway.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
They're a bunch of spineless worms.
Um, and what have we heard those amber guys called, like the dark powers or something as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Um, yeah. Okay. So there's a lot going on there. Oh, and also that is also where Van Werg was trying to steal power from. He had all of his equipment pointed there to suck the power out of that location. So yeah, that seems like that could have some. There could be some stuff that goes down in that place. And even
Now,
Strahd seemed quasi. I mean, he talked a good game, but he even seemed quasi scared of them.
but he did say they were weakening,
Yes, he did say that.
and we might have put a stop to that because we stopped the power siphon.
Oh well, that's good. I'm sure that won't come and bite us in the ass.
Well, they can keep Strahd under wraps.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we should go over there and just make a deal with them. So what else we got? We got the Wizards of Wine.
The last deal you made with them worked out so well.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still here, right?
It's true. But yes, the Wizards of Wine.
There's wine there. There's probably some bad guys and some, and death and destruction. But yeah, that's not really. I mean that's definitely a side quest, but I don't think it really is fitting into the plot at all. So what else have we not gone? Is there? Oh, Old Bone Grinder. We have not been there.
Yeah, the windmill.
Right. We are expecting the three hags there, and a bunch of enslaved children.
You were supposed to say 5 hags.
Why?
See, you said the 5 hags, and I said 3 hags.
Oh, that's right.
Ah, man.
It's too late now. And if they are not cooking the children into these pastries, which I think is probably the most likely thing happening.
They clearly are, yeah.
Yeah, then we'll find a bunch of children there. I'm hoping we do. By the way, that's my theory. That's not Crethin's theory. If Crethin thought that, he would probably want to charge in there sooner rather than later. Yeah, I mean that's kind of depressing. It's like
un-
you know,
until he gets distracted by something else.
right. I mean, you know, Strahd's been tormenting Irina, but he's been pretty focused on Irina, and he didn't really bother anybody else until we pissed him off, and then he destroyed half of Valaki and killed a bunch of people. That's kind of a bummer. So really, and then we're letting children be cooked into pastries. We're really a very destructive force on Barovia, I think.
We could be the bad guys here.
Twist ending. Strahd's going to end up being like a paladin of some good guy god that's been sent here to clear out the place, and we're standing in his way.
Jen, I assume you said we got your favorite NPC killed. I'm going to assume you're talking Rictavio, and that was not our fault in any sort of way.
I thought he was she was talking about that vampire kid.
It could be. Which was also not our fault in any sort of way. Really. Nothing to do with it.
Have we? Oh, and I was trying to think of any other named NPCs that were dead, and I think it was fairly hinted at that Blinsky is dead. Am I right in thinking that?
One would assume he's either dead or a guest of Lady Watcher. Water.
Yeah, Watto. That's her
Water,
name.
water. Water Watcher.
Um, yeah, we asked the Ravens about Blinsky, and I think their response was just kind of look down and shake their head or something. So that could mean it's no fun, is no more Blinsky. So that could be Jen's favorite NPC. That actually is way up there on the list for me, and I'm sure for you as well.
Blinsky was great.
Yeah. I don't know of any other named NPCs like the NPCs that were critical to the plot that have bit it because of us.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Um,
Joppa, but no
well,
one's gonna
yeah,
feel
I mean
bad about that.
he was a villain though.
Was
Um,
he? Was he just trying to feed his family?
when he showed up in that battle, going Kranthic, it's the best. All right. Oh well, yeah. Savid died. Oh, sorry, we haven't gotten there yet.
Wait, what?
Well, that was there anything else in these two episodes that we wanted to cover?
Well, that was the most boring fight we've had yet.
I am. I mentioned that to Jeff that I was trying to do music for this, and I can't. That is my least favorite fight in the entire series. I mean, from the beginning fight against that stupid suit of armor, uh, which was saved just by you shooting into the door over and over again. But I know Jeff actually liked it. Jen, did you have an opinion on the fight?
Jeff says those ghosts don't see a lot of combat. Well, neither does Crescent. Sorry, was that too soon?
I'll say, overall, I think the thing about Argynvostholt Holt that really sticks out in my mind, and the thing that I really loved about it was, right from the beginning, the appearance of the dragon out of the smoke and the fire. Um, Priorities. um, uh, Seeing that dragon there, and that really kind of set a tone in my head for it, and I think I think the whole of the dungeon would have been a lot more generic and dull uh, without the dragon kind of wandering around and being mysterious. Yeah,
And
and
the
that
bat, the bat
the
in the
bat
pot.
was fun. That was fun. And that actually is, and it came across. I think it came across better on audio than it did playing it, but we were cramped in that hallway, and it's like I remember just every round. It's like, do you want to move? It's like, where? It's just there's Ghost, there's me, there's Ghost, there's Sprocket, there's Gizmo. That's it. There's nowhere to go, and that's one of the things that I thought was kind of dull about it. Is it just turned out to be, a hack fest. I did think it came across better in audio than it did playing it. Um,
Yeah, Jeff must have done a great job editing. Speaking of Gizmo, it sounds like he heard us talking about the ghosts and is now barking.
yes.
Either that or he saw Strad coming back to reclaim his balcony.
Got distracted by a squirrel.
Wait, there's a squirrel? I'll be back.
It's over by the self-propelled fidget spinner. Well, I think that covers everything I wanted to cover. I think it sounds like it covered everything you wanted to cover. And so if y'all had anything else, we will answer it. But otherwise, I think that about does it for these two episodes. Um, we actually have a little while left in Argynvost Holt, and things start unfold. I think things start unfolding much more rapidly. Um, at this point, starting in the next episode, and so there's a lot more to see here, and some nice, friendly people to meet. We have a nice dinner party, and get to know your neighbors type of a thing. There's cherry pie; it's delicious.
I bake cookies.
Cookies, yeah. Um, you make butter out of my boots, and it doesn't taste great, but hey, we've been living off wolf steaks and good berries, so why not?
Something a little different, yeah.
Right. So we really do appreciate everybody joining us, and the next episode will be out in just a little under 2 weeks, and then we will be back to discuss the adventure here.
Oh,
And
yes. Jeff just mentioned there's a great Crethin comedy bit coming up. Yes, there is.
oh
And
yes, yes.
it's dragged on perhaps a little longer than it should have, but I certainly wasn't going to step in and stop it.
might be
But
might be
no,
my
this is great. Play it out.
it might be my favorite moment in season 2, in all of season 2. It was so good. uh, is that might be next episode? In fact, it
No,
probably is.
it's got to be 2 episodes because we have that other thing we have to attend to.
I think it is 2 episodes. You're right. The other thing. Um, and so yeah, I'll have to think of um, maybe this will be the time for the slow tuba um, music
There we go.
to indicate that Crethin is an idiot. So, goodness, we will Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, actually, a lot of cool stuff coming up in this dungeon that I really really enjoyed. So, looking forward to the episodes, and really do appreciate you hanging out with us. And we will see y'all next time.
Take care, folks. I got to go work on this fidget spinner thing.
All right, see ya.